to go out. There is a way to go out. For example, we don't need to break the cup to free the ocean, to free the water in the cup. We can just, where it's leaking or there is a hole somewhere. And then so even the cup is still there and the water is still inside, but at the same time the water is in and out all the time and connect with the whole ocean. Understand? Similarly, our cup here, the body, has a hole. And it's blocked. Yeah? It's made blocked. So to keep the soul of life, the water of life inside, but we can open it. Similarly, some of the cup, is all made like this, but there is a hole in the bottom, and then they use a plastic cover to cover it, right? Any, or sometimes medicine bottle also, and then we just take the little cap, plastic cap or something, and then we can connect with the contained inside. So there is a place where we can be connected with the whole universe while still keeping this instrument, the body. That is the third eye center, the seat of wisdom, the seat of the soul, if it's opened by any means at all, by our own perseverance, power of desire for liberation, or through a master, then we will be connected right away with the whole universe, with the Most High, which is all over places. The power of the Most High is not only contained in this body, but it's in the air right now, it's everywhere. It's in every blade of grass, in the leaves of the trees, in all creation. It is easier to open it if we have an experienced guide, who has already been connected with the whole universal power. Then that he is very powerful because he doesn't use individual power anymore. He uses the whole universal power, understand? Because he's already connected. Just like the water in the cup, even though it's still in the cup, but it's always connected with the ocean water through the hole, and there's always fresh water coming in and out, even though it's still contained in the cup. Therefore, a master or an enlightened person is like that. The initiated person are the one who has this, the connection, has the button open, yes. And the master is the one who realized the universal power, even though we all have it. But the master is the one who realized it. It's just like if two persons have the same amount of money inherited from the father, but the one who knows it, who knows where it is, can use it, no? Right? And the other one, even though he has it, but he put it somewhere, or he never know where it is, can he use it? He cannot, right? Similarly, we are all the same. But if we know where to use our universal power, then we become master of ourselves, master of our destiny. And we can lead many of others to become master of their own destiny as well. Otherwise, even though we are equally great, but we don't know our greatness, and that's a waste of time. Therefore, we have to come back again and again in search for this treasure until we find it. Then our journey ends. Very simple. We are here to search for this forgotten treasure. And we never give up until we find it. That's why our life is never satisfied, never satisfactorily, because we always know there's something else greater than what we have right now. We always somehow know that we are not this container. the flesh. Because after we so-called die, the body is still there, but we cannot move. We cannot do anything. We cannot love any person. We cannot open our mouth. We cannot do anything at all. That means we are not the body. Something in the body is there to make the body move and work while we are living. Something in the body left when we die. So we cannot move any of our bodily instruments. So somehow we know. Very deep in our heart we know. Well, I know. I don't know if you know. You know, huh? You must know. That's why sometimes when you have time, right? When you are in trouble especially, and sometimes you sit down, you don't want to be with anyone. You just want to be alone. And then you think, and then you feel better and better. Because you thought there is something there. Something there. Sometimes comfort us in silence. I used to be like that before I know the Kuan Yin method. I used to pray a lot. I prayed to Buddha and I prayed to Jesus. I'm afraid one of them cannot hear. So I pray to anyone I know. Sometimes I pray to Krishna or, Hindu God. There's no Hindu God, there's only God actually. Just sometimes God, resume an Indian form or a Chinese form, and so we call it as an Hindu God, Chinese God. Actually, there's no such thing, huh? Okay. So sometimes when I'm in deep sorrow, I was in deep sorrow before I know the Kuan Yin method. Then I pray very deeply, just to be alone, not to pray very loud, but to, to truly lament inside. And then I feel like something lifted me up, and I feel so soothing and so smooth. And I feel like, well, there's nothing to worry about. That is a time when we realize that something is greater than life. Something is always there to listen to us. Most people pray and they say they don't have the response because they don't pray deeply enough. That's why we have more response when we are in deep sorrow, because we truly are sincere at that time. And then we pierce through all the layers of pretending, of, hypocrisy, and we pierce through our, false self, and we get in touch somehow, even briefly, with the true self. That's when we get the response. But I suggest that we don't have to wait until we are in deep sorrow to do this. That would be too traumatic, yes. So we have a better way to do. We practice it, even when we are not in sorrow. That would be better. We practice before we die. That would be better. So when we die, just like we walk from one room to the next, no problem. And we can walk out forever. We can break the whole cup and be united with the whole ocean. Or we can keep it. Or we can seek another cup in order to satisfy someone else's longing or to help someone else. It's like the master. Sometimes the master reincarnate again and again into different bodies in order to help mankind. Some master just like to enjoy heaven, enjoy nirvana, and never want to go back again. Some master never, ever incarnated on this earth. No intention to do. Some master incarnate again and again in order to help the children who are suffering, who has the great treasure but don't know how to use it. Therefore, being very poor, poor and miserable. In India, people appreciate the masters very much. They worship the master even more than God because of this reason. They say, oh, what if the master and God appear right now, both of them appear right now, I would only worship the master. I don't care about God. They just it is just a kind of adoration and gratefulness to the master. Actually, they worship the master because of God. They worship God because of the master. Without master, they don't know that true God exists or not. Yes. And without God power, the master is also nothing. Understand? So we all came from God, whether it's master or not master. The master is the one who knows God. And the non-master is the one who don't know God yet. But they still have God. They are still from same. I told you about the story of the cup. The ocean water in the cup. So at the time of initiation is, you know already, the button is pushed open, so then we can get in touch somewhat, to God, at least for some moments. And then we continue to do that every day until we completely realize that we are one with God. There's no separation. You see, there are many things that the initiated person understand and know, but difficult to put them into words, right? Me also. And if nobody demands anything from me, I would not even think of God. You know what I mean? He just always standing around. Or he's just inside me. So I don't even think of him. I don't talk about him. I don't miss him. I don't seek him anymore. Just for other people's sake that I talk about God, I talk about these things. And sometimes difficult for me to talk about God. Yes, maybe that's the reason why I don't desire to go for lecture or anything like that, because I'm just satisfied wherever I am and whatever I do. The initiate people are mostly like that. Many of them have this satisfaction right away at the time of initiation and continue forever. And some of them have to wait sometimes to realize that they have found a treasure. Why is it so? Some people curtain are thicker than others, right? Because we are obstructed by intellectual understanding and by many of the knowledge that we have accumulated during our lifetime, and we're proud of it, and cling to that. That's why we have forgotten that we are greater than this knowledge, greater than the PhD certificate, greater than the name that we are proud to have, like Dr. So-and-so, or I'll say such and such a position. We are greater than this, greater than any king on this earth. Sometimes we don't even realize that we have this ego, and that we are trapped into this ego. The Maya net. We don't even realize it until we practice more and more and more. And the more we practice, the more we realize that we are obstructed by our own habit, by our own collection of garbage, of a lot of nonsensical thinking. Is that right? Nonsensical? Oh, I forgot English. Yeah, it's the same. If we speak Chinese or Vietnamese all the time, we forget also English. Me too. Similarly, every day we're busy with our daily work, and we're busy with our worldly knowledge, and we think we know that much, this much, and then we forgot that we are the great one. We know more than that. We know above all these things, including these things. Now the greatest power, the great wisdom is so big like that, for example, so great, so pervasive. And then we use that great wisdom just to understand a little bit of the worldly knowledge, for example, your medical knowledge or lawyer knowledge or anything. And then we cling to that, the whole wisdom we use just to pay attention to this corner of the knowledge. Therefore, we forgot the whole. Understand what I mean? Yeah, that's it. And we thought we are very great already. We are this doctor and that PhD. I don't mean to talk about you. I think we, mean including myself. Sorry. So now we think we know that much. We are beautiful. We have this and this certificate and that. In fact, we lost the whole 99.9999% of our great wisdom just to pay for that much worldly knowledge. And in the end, we have nothing. Because this is ephemeral. This knowledge will change. Because we know many medical definition or many medicines has been proved, outdated and then replaced by another. Or scientific fact has been always changed and removed and replaced by another idea. And then it will be replaced again and again as mankind progress into a higher consciousness. Therefore, it doesn't matter how much knowledge we gain from this world or from the brain power of research, we will never have the whole thing. Just one little point in the universe. Just like the water in the cup is proud that he's so big. And he doesn't know that he's the whole ocean. When he's connected with the whole ocean, he became the ocean. I guess you understood what I say, or not? You did? Did I make you go to sleep? No, huh? Okay, fine. Actually, if you go to sleep, it's not true sleep. Yes, you'll probably be knocked out by the supreme power. Just like the microphone before. Maybe I let you ask question, okay? I don't blah blah too much. You have any question? Then I can elaborate further. I run out of subject now. If you don't have any question, then I set you free, liberated forever for lunch. Are you too shy to ask, huh? What's wrong with the microphone? Gone in samadhi?
Yeah, the microphones are always going into samadhi. The attendants here, would you please collect these papers from anyone who has questions? And if you would like to ask Master Jinghai a question in person, please come up and take my place. Don't be shy. Okay, let me read the first question.
Right.
Master, why Krishnamurti said, gurus and religion are crutch, so he refused to be their crutch for his students?
What does it mean, crutch?
I think
Yeah.
Why do they use a crutch? Is that the question?
Yes. Well, why didn't you ask him? I'm not responsible for anybody else's teaching. Everyone has his own independent thinking and philosophy, provided he keep it for himself. Anyhow, okay. Probably what he meant is that if you too attached, right, to religious dogma or to any teacher at all, then you will be handicapped. In that sense, he is correct. The teacher or the master is not the one on which you lean, but from which you gain experience and wisdom, and then you walk yourself, okay? Most of the time, if a teacher is worth his salt, he should teach the student this way. You know what I mean? Yes? But never mind, even then, if a student of any master should feel that he was not able to yet to develop himself, right? Then he can pray to the master in the initial stage of his spiritual practice. And later when he grow up, he just automatically drop the master. It's just like a person. Not everybody can walk straight. I need the umbrella to walk. My legs are weak sometimes, So, but when my legs are okay, then I don't need it. Yeah? And somebody, sometimes they're naturally born handicapped or accidentally handicapped. And then they need the crutch. It's okay with him. You can't just kick him out and say, you don't need the crutch. It will make you dependent. Understand? Yes. So we cannot just say like this, black and white, to say the master, the guru, or the religion are no good absolutely for people. It's good to someone, right? If you don't need it, it's fine. If you need it, well, stay a while until you don't. So I don't preach anything extreme. For my opinion, religion is also very good for many people. At least they learn the virtuous way of life. They fear God, they fear the law of cause and retribution, and many people became good. I tell you the truth. But as long as we know that this is not the ultimate, you know what I mean? Yes, ultimate, not the ultimate. Just like, for example, the master in the physical body is not the ultimate. You know, the ultimate is inside the master and inside you. Through the master, you will find the ultimate. That's fine, that's fine. Yes. And if you haven't found it yet, you can rely on the master and help, yeah, and carry you for a while. And then you can walk, it's fine. But there's no such thing extreme as to throw away everything altogether. It's not so? If any answer not satisfactorily to you, you may respond or ask again.
Master, how long have human beings been on this earth?
Wow. I have to count on the fingers, no? Do you know how long? What for do we know how long? It's enough to work every day. It's been a long time. Some have reincarnated, some have been liberated, some come back again and again. So, if you want to count this, it's difficult. You can say, I'll say, eons has passed.
Does one have to give up all other teachings, gurus, etc., when initiated by Master Ching Hai? If one doesn't become initiated, can one still pray to Master Ching Hai and receive her blessing?
You don't have to give up your teaching and your teacher. I told you already. Yeah? And no religion. You don't have to give up religion either. For example, I am initiated, right? I used to talk about Bhagavad Gita. I used to talk about the Bible, the Buddhism, and other things, other masters, even past masters. So I didn't give up anything. I just enriched myself with more wisdom, more knowledge from different masters, past, present, and maybe future. The future master you can meet in the higher sphere because they have not yet descended on earth. But while in meditation, you can see the future master as well and learn from them. So you lose nothing, you only gain. Huh? Okay? And if you are not initiated, and you pray to the so-called Master Ching Hai, I don't know if she helped you or not. You have to ask her at that time. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. It depends on you, how sincere you are and your karma. Huh?
Master, when I meditate, my mind, I cannot keep my mind concentrated here. It runs all over the place, and it talks about all kinds of different subjects. How do I concentrate or meditate better?
Is that the initiated or not?
Are you initiated?
Because I will answer differently. Who asked that
Who
question?
asked this question? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have to show your face. If you're so lousy, don't stand up. That's why you didn't answer. Okay. So the problem is, that's why we have to go to group meditation, you see, because the concentrated power will help us. And we have to take time, yes. Some people can concentrate right away. Some people it takes a longer time. I have mentioned previously in the lecture. Also forgive yourself. The situation in this world is not conducive to our tranquil meditation and calm thinking. So, but try again and again. But in this world, we have an advantage is that because this was so difficult for us to practice. Therefore, God's blessing is with us manifold. Yeah. So we walk one step, and the Master Power will walk 100 steps to help us. Yeah. So if we are in heaven and practice, it's not that lucrative. Yes. Therefore, in heaven, if you want to practice, take longer time. For example, here we practice one day is equal to in heaven 100 days. That's why many devas, heavenly beings, they like to be incarnated into human body in order to practice faster. Yeah? Because here we have all kind of rubbing force like karma and situation and disaster and war and suffering and happiness. All this mixing. It's a kind of high degree fire to to grill us, right? How you say that when you make the iron into a knife? What's it? Huh? Oh, forge. Yes. This fire will forge us into a strong, useful tool. Yes, for ourselves and for the world. And while we are practicing here, we have also the opportunity to help our fellow beings, and therefore we gain more merit as well. For example, you meditate alone at your home, so you have only one personal merit. But if you, through your effort or through your eloquence, whatever, you be able to offer your place, for example, for 100 persons to meditate, then you have 100 more, merit to add up to your personal merit. So you have 100 times more quicker. You understand what I mean? Yes. Or you get another 100 persons to come in to get initiation. These merits are also yours, because after all, we are one. Yes? The more we connected with more the people, the more expand we become, and the greater we become. In terms of merit, mathematic-wise speaking, it's like that. Okay? So it's better than in heaven. In heaven, everybody is having a good time, and so they take it easy. Yes. They don't have the motivation behind them to push them to concentrate. Understand what I mean? That's why I say when you're in deep sorrow or when you're despaired, you pray better, no? And sometimes you meditate even better. At that time, you remember the Master more. You say, "Oh, Master, please. please. Yes, and then you get better experience that day, right? Bigger light, stronger sound, or feel more elated, yeah? More near to God. Is that not so? Nearer to God, yeah. So it is good to practice in this world, even though it's difficult. And I'm happy that many of our fellow initiates practice very diligently. Well, some come to the center just to look around, but later, well, they don't look around that long because everybody close their eyes, so so they feel embarrassed after some time, and then they also close their eyes, yeah? And then they see something inside instead of looking at pretty girls outside, yeah? So that's a very good advantage of having a temple or having a center where people come together and do the same thing, concentrate, and one-pointedness, thinking of God. That helps very much. So you take your time, yeah? You can look around for a while, and then when you're fed up with it, you close your eyes and meditate with other people. Okay? And the mind is always having trouble to be controlled. That's why we have to practice every day. Otherwise, I would tell you, get initiation and you are the Buddha. No more work, right? Yes, because our habit is long term. It has been many thousands of years' time, maybe more. So to take one lifetime to clear all this, you know what I mean? It's a hard work, but it's worth it. Or you want to stay here 1,000 more years to continue to do that? Huh? Well, it's fun, no? All right. So that's why I tell you to have to meditate longer time, 2.5 hours or 3 hours, because the first 20 minutes is struggling. Just go on with it, and after about 20 minutes over, after 20 minutes, it begins to settle down. And after half an hour, and you begin to enjoy. At 40 minutes, you're gone. Yes.
Okay. For what purpose has mankind been created in this life form? Is there any human-like life in another